Yes, yes, I did a 4-year stint in the United States Marine Corps.
Okay.
Yes, I
How
did
was that
with a
experience?
field radio. It
Okay.
was great, mostly for the comedy material.
Okay, I can imagine. Yeah.
No, I'd joined back in '91, and because of the first Gulf War, and then the Gulf War was over and done before my first week of boot camp,
Mm.
and so I was like, well, can I go home now? But they made me stick around.
Okay,
No, it
well, you
was
must have been doing
great.
a good job.
Well, I was filling a seat. That was the important thing.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
filled an open seat.
Exactly. Did your comedic flair come out in the Marine Corps as well? Were you a good morale booster for the
Yeah,
guys in there?
you know, yeah, they say, the Marine Corps boot camp is the hardest boot camp in the U.S. Military,
Mm.
and they, give you all kinds of advice to how to get through it and everything. And to be honest with you, the hardest thing for me was to keep from laughing
Okay.
at how ridiculous the drill instructors were. I remember one
Okay.
one time they come in and they start going off, and the one guy's like, the one drill instructor's like, we can sit here and play games like this all day long. I mean, they would do these things where you'd have a foot locker with all your stuff in it, and they would come
Mm.
and they would dump everybody's foot lockers in the middle of the squad bay, in the middle of our living quarters, as it were. And so all of our
Yeah.
stuff is mixed up with everybody else's stuff. And they start yelling and screaming at us. And then they say, I could do this all day, like we're going to be doing this all day. And I just start kind of smirk. I get a little smirk on my face, and the drill instructor notices. And he
Yeah.
walks up to me and says, Norman, what's so funny? And sir, nothing, sir. He said, no, Norman, you were laughing. What are you laughing about? And just kind of under my breath, so only he could hear it, I said, I got no other plans.
Yeah, well, that's very true.
And he had
Yeah.
to do the thing where they have the Smokey the Bear hat on, the
Yeah.
campaign cover, as they call it. He had to pull it down to cover his face because he started laughing. And then he pulls it back, and then he, made me do a lot of push-ups.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's that.
and then I had one time they were, it just, it was so funny. I just started, it still sticks with me all to this day. The one drill instructor goes, you have 5 minutes to get this squad bay cleaned and into perfect condition for a white glove inspection. I've used 3 minutes of your time explaining this. Go. I mean, it was just silly things like that would happen all
Yeah.
the time, and then just the military in general is just regardless if it's U.S. or anywhere else, just the military life in itself is just so bizarre and presents all kinds of weird, strange circumstances. Especially when you have that power dynamic of that somebody has absolute power over
Mm.
you, and just the camaraderie that you have, because you always have, as a group, you always have one common enemy, and it's usually the person in charge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of sets up just some strange and fun things.
Yeah. Some strange situations you got yourself into with the guys, I imagine.
Yeah.
Did you just do the boot camp, or did you ever go active on boots on the ground, or were
I
you
never
lucky
I
enough
never saw
to avoid
any.
that?
Yeah, I did, I was in active service for 4 years. I didn't
Mm.
see any, real life action. I came close to
Yeah.
almost getting sent out for a couple things, but never anything, and I'm grateful for that. I mean, the
No,
people that have
definitely.
hopefully, you know, been in harm's way, have all kinds of, love, admiration, and respect for them.
Hmm.
But
That's
fortunately, I
awesome.
was never in that position.